Hi there, Joka here from A Pocket Full of Happiness, and in this video I'm going to show you some projects with some of the new dies that are available in the shop. I'm starting out by die cutting everything from the Birdhouse set. I probably die cut a bit more as well. I'm starting with the two birds so you can see how they are put together. I think they are very straightforward, but since I created the dies, I know how they come together. So maybe for others, it's not as straightforward. I prefer to show it. So there's a male bird and a female bird. The faces are a little bit different, and then the design on the belly, you know, the girl has some hearts, but obviously you can use them with whatever color, whatever way you like. It was just my idea when I created them. And I always like to glue this type of designs on another layer of paper so that I can do the inlaying easier. But some people are just using some kind of, you know, like an adhesive sheet that is just thinner, and then they just add the pieces that you use to inlay on top of that. I do have some sticker sheets, I think, that I use for labels, so I probably could do that, but I don't know, I'm just so used to this, and it makes my die cut sturdy, and I like to do that on my cards anyway. And besides, I'm gonna add some foam tape to them, I guess, and I just like the thickness of the die cuts. Okay, then I'm putting together a bunch of branches, leaves. There are smaller ones for single leaves, and then there are two that are for like a bunch of leaves. So this is the die set. All the parts you will see in this video. There's a house. It's standing on this, I don't know what you call it, like a stand. And there's a door that can, well, you can put that together in a variety of ways, but this is how I'm putting it together. You don't necessarily have to use just one color for the door. Maybe it's more visible if you use two colors. You don't have to add back the heart, but I wanted to add the pop of red there. So, you know, sky's the limit. Everybody looks at design differently, I think. Everybody can come up with their own interpretation. That's the most fun part of it. So I'm putting together the roof. There's these 5 little pieces that you can add on top to create a stripe design. Again, you don't have to. And I die cut these pieces the wrong way around. So I wanted to create this design, what I'm doing now, but I die cut the bottom piece from white and the stripes from red. So I die cut them again and then layered them up. Anyway, like I said, I always use 2 layers anyway. So this die is an A2 size die, which is 4¼ by 5½ inches. It's called Fluffy Clouds Background, and this was actually a request from one of my friends. She wanted to have this, and the idea was that you can create a multicolor design with this, which I did, but I did not do a video with that. But hopefully by the time this is available, I'm gonna have at least pictures of it in the shop. So for this one, I only use 2 colors, gray and white. And I'm actually creating a larger card, a 5 by 7 inches, because I don't know, I'm obsessed with that size lately. A2 is just too small. And but as you see, I'm using an A2 background die, and I'm just going to put it on a bigger card base. That's all. So I am not trying to figure out what I want to put where. So I'm tucking leaves behind the little birdhouse, and once those are in place, I can add the bigger pieces there as well. I actually did this weeks ago, so I don't quite remember where I used, for example, foam tape. So yeah, I had to see that. I did use foam tape so that when you tuck in those little pieces, it's not visible when you add the die cut on top. And then I'm putting my little birds just in front of the house on this card, and on the second card I'm going to place them somewhere else, just so that the cards are not exactly the same. I'm adding some foam tape here because the door is already 2 layers of cardstock, and I wanted my birds to stand in front of them. And then for my sentiment, I wanted to use the new Disco Alpha, but these are large, so obviously you can also create large sentiments, but then the sentiment would be the focal point, which I also did. I just again didn't do a video because basically that's only gluing together the layers of the alpha, which is what I'm doing here, and then adding them to the background. But for cards like this, where you already have a whole design, I just add a short sentiment like hugs, love, hello, and that, the standard boring kind of thing. But I guess then you could add some sub-sentiment that you can emboss or stamp or whatever. I'm just normally too lazy to do that. So here I'm adding a few strips of it's a 2mm thickness tape, so it doesn't create a lot of dimension, but it still pops off the background. And then I'm placing the letters under the panel, and then this card is ready. And then I'm moving on to the next card, where I'm using this beautiful dark green panel for my background. Lately I'd really like to use this kind of green. I had the forest cardstock from Spellbinders. Since that came out, I've been obsessed with the color. That's similar green, but it's a darker shade than this one. But I was out, so I used up all the 10 sheets that I had. Luckily, now I have some more. So this one is actually basil. All the textured cardstock that I'm using is basil. And now I actually got uncertain. I think the gray one is a different brand. It's a Dutch brand whose name I constantly forget. I will I will mention it in the description box if I don't forget. Chances are I will forget. Anyway, but I do use that kind of cardstock on my personal YouTube channel a lot as well, and I do mention in the description box there. So I always want to say craft something is the name, but yes, Craft Emotions, that's the name. Craft Emotions. The texture is just gorgeous, and the colors are really lovely. I love that cardstock. Okay, I'm doing the same thing as before, right? The only thing that is different, that I put some of these leaves at the bottom of the that not stand, but you know what I mean, pole. And then I put the sentiment at the bottom, and I'm placing the two birds on the letters just so that the design is a little bit different from the first one. And then that was it. These are the two finished projects. I hope that you like them. I hope that you like the new products, and check out the other 4 process videos up on the channel today as well. Thank you very much for watching, and I hope to see you next time. Bye bye.